Okay, and loving 4K mega close-up for the girly fans in the audience. There's Mr. Manny Jarnile, Governor of AV-TechSolutions. Now, tell us about this JL Audio piece of equipment, dear boy, because this looks like hi-fi to me.
It is. It's JL Audio's fully active CR-1 crossover, so it's a fully analog signal path, and it's been developed from the ground up for basically perfectly integrating a subwoofer system within a high-end 2-channel system. Gotcha. Without any compromises. So
this is to sell JL Audio subwoofers to the real flat earthers, the hardcore stereo, who will still, mostly Americans, consider low frequency reinforcement.
Yes. Well, the main purpose and the main purpose of this particular unit is that, you know, JL Audio were obviously integrating subwoofers in 2-channel system using other people's crossovers, and to be fair, like they said, it was like using a blunt tool. So they decided to develop a crossover purposely for the job that they wanted to basically do, which is to seamlessly blend a 2-channel system into a subsystem to allow you to experience a true full range system.
So the subwoofer controls there, you have frequency, which is the overall handover frequency for the crossover. Tell me about the next knob along that says damping.
Well, what you have is you have the frequency control, just like you said, which then determines what the frequencies the subwoofer plays at, which are basically low pass. The damping controls now, at the point of integration or the handover point between the sub and the speakers.
You get a hump.
You can either get a hump or you can either get a dip.
Suck out.
Suck out. So what the damping control allows you to do is effectively change the Q or the damping parameters to lift or drop that point of integration or the handover, so you can actually seamlessly blend in the subs perfectly using damping if you have got a hump or a dip
at that crossover point that you need to use.
Yes.
And tell us about the next knob then. So that's sub-sat balance there as
well.
So
that is basically the balance between the output of the satellite speakers to the sub. So when you're setting up a system, you want it to be balance matched between the satellite and the speakers. So,
otherwise it's boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
So basically, obviously, everyone knows that when you integrate in a system, you've got to either try and gain match both units. So this allows you to basically, with a single crossover, so it allows you to do it on the crossover.
So you crank your units so that they're full signal, turn it back, perfect, unclipped, and use that.
Yeah. You also have damping controls now and a frequency control for the satellite. So basically,
imaging perfectly.
So this is high pass. So this then controls at the handover point what the satellites receive. So, for example, if I was to put this at 80 hertz, everything above 80 hertz is fed to the speakers, and here if I put 80 hertz, everything below 80 hertz is fed to the subs. And then you've got independent damping controls to get that perfect blend where the handover is basically between the subs.
So no matter how the acoustics of your room, no matter what the performance is of the woofer and the speakers, you're going to be able to blend them completely perfectly.
Yes.
With this, tell me about output muting. Is that so you can test how it's working on off, as it were?
You've got independent channel muting now for the left sub, left satellite, and right satellite. Now the reason why that is there is for setup. For setup purposes.
On off. Is it working? Isn't it? Is it without?
But the same goes, for example, when you're playing test tones to actually set the subs over for the correct crossover frequency. You'll be playing whatever crossover frequency test tone through it to integrate the balance between the sub and the sats. Now in a stereo system, what this allows you to do is mute each independent channel and check the balance levels. So there's various functions for these mute buttons, which is primarily for setup and to test that everything's working correctly. Also, you have a 24 dB or 12 dB per octave roll off.
So you can change the slope from quite steep to really steep, depending on...
Yeah, so you can do that. Now, on the front control panel, also you'll find that you've got a subwoofer output mode. Now, even if you've got a pair of subwoofers that you're using, you can run them in stereo, so left and right, or you can sum it up into dual mono, so left plus R. So that means both subs will be playing left plus R. Now, this gives you the ability to switch between the two and see which works best for yourselves.
And then when you really want to find out whether you've done the whole thing right or not, there is the on-off button, as in bypass. Press it, unpress it. On the left there, the on-off, just to check the whole overall effect at decent levels, of course. That last black button above your finger digit there. That
bypass switch is actually for home theatre bypass. So what you can do, you see, with the home theatre bypass switch, what you've got... Yes, this system...
True stereo audiophilia.
Yeah.
separate system for home theatre,
Yeah.
and a hi-fi person who says, no, the home theatre system is one thing, but this is my $1 million stereo, and this is fit to fit in that, isn't it?
See, one of the beauties of this particular device is that you can integrate a very high-end 2-channel system without any compromises,
Yes.
and at the same time you can benefit from the main speakers and the subs for home theatre without any compromise.
Dude, that is a product so much more advanced than I had actually realised when we started filming. Thank you so much. How much is one of those?
This particular unit is £3,249, and
Serious price, serious unit.
You've got a multitude of connections as well at the back. So
Yes.
you've got RCA inputs and balanced XLRs, and also a TRS combo jacks, which are also balanced at the back.
Yes, they're the like the more modern version of the XLR that doesn't look like it, but you just plug XLR plugs into.
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome, Manny. Thank you so much. And your website, of course, remains
AV-TechSolutions.co.uk.
Thank you, sir.
Brilliant, thank you.